Well, it's FMTheMaster John Curtis, and today I'm going to have chess school. I just thought I'd play a few 5-minute chess games, and I played first. I played Nikoutin from Italy. He was rated 2,296. He played at 83% accuracy. I played at 87.1. And then we had 3 games against the German master, Soeren-Bayer, very strong player. He was playing at over 80% accuracy, as low as 81.5, but he also had games that we had a draw at 90.6% accuracy. And we also had another game, a longer game, 50-move game, where I played at 91.3% and Soeren-Bayer played at 85.2% accuracy. So it seems that the German master Soeren-Bayer brings out the best in me. And obviously 5-minute time limit, I got my rating up to 2,272. So I wasn't no longer hanging around that terrible 2,200 mark. But anyway, let's have a look at the games. We'll start off with looking at the game of Nikoutin. And here we are. We're just going to have a look at this game. Right. Go back to the beginning. It's a good place to start. It's an English opening. We chose the English opening. He responded with c5. I played knight to c3. Just controlling that square, as I say. I won't be too repetitive because I know a lot of you players out there are quite strong players. Knight to f6, g3. We're just trying to fear and shadow the bishop, controlling the d5 square. He plays knight c6, develops a piece. Bishop g2 I played. He plays g6. He wants to fear and shadow his bishop and castle, so he can get his bishop on that line. So I play knight f3 and I'm preparing to castle myself. I've developed my minor pieces, or 3 of them. He played bishop g7, so I played d4. It's not the best move. Certainly not the best move. But I played it. He castled. Right? He should have taken the pawn. I should think he should take a pawn. I played d5. I thought I'll go for space and try to squeeze him a bit. You know, the old boa constrictor. He played knight a5, so he wants to attack my pawn. He knows the knight over here is very hard to attack. So I played knight to d2. I thought I'd just hold the pawn. And here he plays a6. So he wants to play the move b5 and get and he should have played it too. So I castled there. In the spirit of the game, b5 is probably a good move. But he plays rook to b8. He wants to prepare b5. I played a3. Now this move was a mouse slip. It was a mouse slip, and yet it turned out okay because it forced me to play enterprising chess, if we can call it that. He played b5, and here I played the move b4. I thought, why not? I'm opening up the bishop against the castle, and I really feel that white should be in trouble here. But I played it. And he played c takes b4, so I just recovered with a takes b4. And now he plays knight takes c4. So to all intents and purposes, he's got a very strong game. I'm forced to take the knight. And he recaptures. Now black looks good. But then I played this move, d6. The whole idea is, in this position here after b takes c4, if black's allowed to just play, say, pawn here, like just pawn to d6, opening up his bishop, well, he's just got a good little game. And I thought, well, I've got to try to confuse him. So I played d6. And the reason being is if he takes the pawn, I would then follow up with a move like bishop to f4, threatening to take the pawn. And the game could get very, very wild very quickly, and a lot of complications with if the bishop gets in here. I might be on 2 castles, particularly if he takes this pawn. So it gets really complicated. He played rook e8. He saw the complications. He's no fool. As I say, he's 2,296. I played d takes e7. I played queen takes e7. Here I played bishop f4. I don't know that it's the best move. He played rook to b6. Now it's in this position that the engine suggests knight to a4. And the whole reason is because after knight here, if you take the pawn, bishop here will win the castle. So it's pretty nasty stuff. Right, so I played bishop g5. I just thought I'll threaten knight here. It's not the best move. But he played rook takes b4. This is a mistake. So now we just play, he played rook takes b4. Where are we? Where did he play that move? Play rook takes b4. Knight to d5 I played. And obviously he thinks he's going to get some pieces. So he's taking the pieces off here. So he played knight takes d5. So I took his queen and he recaptured with the knight. Well, when we do a piece count in this position, black's got the two bishops and a knight. And white's got 2 4 pieces. Black's got 2 4 5 pieces. So he's got a bishop and a knight for his queen. But he's got a lot of pawns. So my idea was to get rid of the pawns. So I thought, well, it's a lightning game. Let's play queen here and attack his castle. He played rook b5. He played this fairly well. I played rook takes a6. I thought, well, at any cost, I've got to get rid of some of these minor pieces and pawns. He played bishop takes a6, and I played queen takes a6. My plan is to try to operate on this square here, on that square, and try to get some pawns. He could have played this a lot better. He played rook on the a file to b8, and I played rook to d1. Now, in this position, I don't think I can win this position after rook here. Very hard to win after rook here. I couldn't see how I could win this position. I could see how I could lose it, but I didn't see how I could win it. Okay. Anyway, he played d5, and I thought, you beauty. So I played queen d6 just to hustle him a bit, but he can still play rook to b1, and I think it's his best move. But he played bishop f8, so I played bishop f3. Now he can still play rook here, and I think that's a good position for black. But he played rook to b6, so I played queen to e5, just threatening to take this pawn. Again, he should still play rook here, and he's not playing it. So he played c3, time trouble. He's down, oh, not real time trouble. He's down to 1 minute and 42 seconds. So when he played the blunder, I just took it off, and after that he starts to go downhill. Even this position's not that easy to win for white. Bishop g7 he plays. I thought he should keep his bishop on f8. Queen c7 I played, attacking his loose knight. And still, the best move is rook here, I believe, right? But he played rook here. And with that, I then played queen to d6, just staying on the pawn, bluffing again, basically, because he's got rook here. Right? He's still got this rook here move, right? So he played h5, and so here I thought, well, great, I'll take the pawn. And he took that, right? Now, even this position is very hard to win. It gives me, well, I've got chances. So I played rook takes d5. He plays rook to b6. Played queen f4. And he played rook e7 because I wanted to get this rook here on the 7th to threaten rook, queen takes pawn, checkmate. He played rook to d7, threatening a pawn. Played rook f6, great move. It's in this position. I played queen to d2. He played bishop f8, and I thought, oh, what the hell, I'll just change rooks, right? Because I couldn't see a way to penetrate his position. But I think changing the rooks giving him good drawing chances. I probably, from a technical point of view, I probably should not change rooks. I probably should try to open up the H file or something, keep the rooks on the board. Anyway, he took the rook, he did the right thing. I took with a queen, played king g7, played queen to d4, just pinning the castle, making him feel uncomfortable, and he protects it, so he's okay. Played queen e5 just to chase his bishop. He played king f8. Now, there's a checkmate down there. He makes the wrong moves. If he plays rook hits queen, it's checkmate, right? So I played h4, trying to lure him into a bad move. Played bishop d8, a rat. King to g2 I played, put my king on a good white square. Plays king g7, pins himself, and I thought, you beauty. So I thought, well, I'll push my pawns. He might make a mistake. Plays king f8, so I played e4. And the whole idea is I want to restrict all these pawns and moves and everything else. He played rook e6. So I thought, well, I'll give him that rotten check. Played king e7. And in that position, well, I'm trying to get him on the clock. He's got 32 seconds. So I put queen to a1. I've got to use the advantage of the queen's mobility. You know, those long diagonals, those raking long diagonals and stuff. Anyway, he played bishop b6. Played queen checks. Played king e8. Here I played f4. Because I knew there was a trap there. I thought, oh, he might grab a pawn, right? And well, he did. He grabbed the pawn, and then we finished him off with a big check, and he resigned because he realised as he's in check, he's going to lose his rook. He took the poison pawn. If he hadn't taken the pawn, my God, it would have been a tough game to win. But he had no time on his clock. Did mikoutin from Italy, rated 2,296. And my next game, let's have a look at the next game. We go back to the archives. And that game, I played a 2,500 performance. I did a check. I played at 86.5% accuracy. My opponent played at 81.5%. And he would have played it higher than that. If he hadn't have blundered his rook, he would have got maybe an 86% accuracy himself. However, he didn't. He blundered the rook. And so that was a 2,500 performance. And then the other games I played, I had a draw here with Soeren-Bayer from, the Soeren was 2,296, just short of 2,300. And so if he'd beaten me, he would have got his 2,300 mark. But I stopped him. I won a few games. Well, here's the draw. And in this game, it's a good game. I'll play through it quickly. It's an Indian defence, 3 knights. So we get our knights out. Plays b6. I played knight c3. Played bishop b4. And I was uncomfortable with the position from the opening because I misplayed my my little systems I normally choose. So I played g3. I thought, oh, what the hell, just get the pieces out. Played bishop g2. He castled. I castled. He played bishop takes c3, which is okay. I recaptured. Then he plays bishop e4. And this is the mark of a good 2,300 player. He's playing it positionally. So I played bishop g5. I thought, well, he still hasn't got full development. If I can play knight to d2 and swap the bishops off here, I thought, well, he's going to have a long problem trying to win this. He played h6. He took back. And here I thought, well, I'm going to play a4 and just get some space with the idea of a5. Slow him up a little bit and get some space. He played a5. Here I played queen to d2. I thought, well, I don't need to change the 2 bishops straight away. I'll set a bit of a trap. Anyway, he played d6. So I played rook to a2. And I'm trying to set some sort of trap. He played knight to d7. Anyway, I played knight e5. The idea is that if he takes the bishop, I could take his knight on his queen, right? So that was the idea. Anyway, he played knight takes e5. I played bishop takes e4, played knight takes c4. And then now it's interesting because I've just lost a pawn. You might say, but John, you could take the rook. No, I can't. He'll take my queen. So I played queen d3, and he played d5. So I'm effectively a pawn down, right? A pawn down. Black should technically win the game fairly easily, right? But he doesn't play it properly. He played I played bishop g2. I want to play pawn here. Now the best move for him is probably knight to d6, right? Anyway, he didn't play that. I'll show you what he played. He played rook on the a file to d8. And now I can play this move e4. Now he can't take the pawn because I'll take the knight. So he played queen e7, so he's blundered. Well, how has he blundered, Johnny? Well, examine all captures. He didn't do it. And even 2300 players make mistakes. Anyway, he played rook takes, so played queen takes c4. Now the position's roughly equal. I think I offered him a draw. Queen d7 he played. I played rook to b2, so in other words, if he plays a c5 move, I could just take that pawn and probably just get a draw. He played rook to d8, so he's trying to power me down. So I played rook e1, I grabbed the open file, and he played rook to d6. So now he wants to just play safe, but I played rook on b file e2. I'm actually threatening rook here and trying to cause him a lot of grief. Right? Played rook c6 to attack my queen. Played queen to b3, and he played queen to d5. Right? Now it's in this position. I could take the queen, but it's a bad move. I've got no advantage. I take the queen, I've got no advantage, so I don't want to change queen. So I gave him a check. Now he can't take the rook because he'll lose his queen. So he played king h7, so I thought, well, I don't want to swap queens. I'll play queen to b1 check. He played g6. And in this position, White's got to choose how to continue playing. I blundered here. I played rook takes d8, queen takes d8, and I played queen to b5, which is a real dumb move, because he takes my pawn off. You think, oh, how can he lose? Well, I played rook e4, I played well. He played c6, he's chasing my queen. I thought, all right, well, I'll centralise my queen, put it in the middle of the board. Played rook c1 check, I played king g2, played queen to d5. So I just thought, well, I'll take him off. And in this position, I calculated, I don't know whether I was right or not, but he played rook e5, he plays rook c4, and after rook takes d5, he plays rook takes a4, and now I played rook b5. Now, the whole idea is, can I catch him? Can I catch him? Well, this is what it's all about, right? If he plays rook here, I could take a rook and push my pawn, and then he can play king here, I'll push it there, it goes there, pawn there, and he can catch it. That's right, but he can play rook here, right? And that's probably the winning move. I thought I was in the square. I thought rook takes rook, pawn takes king here. If he plays pawn there, I'll play king here. And if he plays pawn there, I can't catch it. So that seems to be the winning move. I played rook to b5. He played rook takes d4, but he should play rook here. Wait a second. Rook to b5. He played rook to d4, but if he plays rook here, after rook takes pawn here, he can play king here, and after pawn here, king here, and he's just in time. So that means, because he's in time, he's got a winning game, right? But he played rook takes d4, I played rook takes b6, a4, rook takes, king g7, king f3, played rook to b4, and the game was a bit boring after that. We're just playing positionally. This is a technical draw. He gave me a check. I'm trying to lure him to push his pawn. I cut king f4, and he played a3, so he did do that. Then I played g4. I'm after an outside pass pawn. Might even give me winning chances if he blunders. He took it, so I played f takes. He played king g7. Now he's doing the right thing. If his king starts marching over here, he could lose it. Played rook a7, played rook to b4 check, and the game went on to be a draw. King g3, rook check, king f4, king f8, h5, takes, rook takes, king to g4, played rook to b3, I played h6, now he plays king to g8, and I just gave him a check. And this is a draw. King takes h7, rook takes check, king g6, rook a7. Notice I've got the opposition. This is the opposition here. King f8, so I keep the opposition, kings opposite each other. That means he can't penetrate to protect his pawn. King e6, king e4, king d6, he's trying to get across it. King d4, king c6, he needs time. I played king c4 hitting his castle. He did play king b6 hitting my castle. I simply take his rook, he takes my rook, and I capture the pawn, and we have a draw. And we in that game, we played it pretty high. I'll show you this game. We played at a pretty high level. Here. I'll show you the rating performances here. I'll mention them in the YouTube video description, right? However, I'm going to show you, go back here, and there it is there. I played at 2,600 performance, and my opponent played at 2,600 as well. I played at 90.4% accuracy, and my opponent played at 90.6%. So he played slightly better, but the position was a draw. And that's because he missed that move, the rook hits rook move, right? So with that, we had a draw against Soeren-Bayer from Germany. Let's get back to the other games, because I want to show you all the games for Chess School. These games are very, very instructive, so please bear with me as I take you on my journey today, where I played these 4 5-minute chess games and took my rating from middle 2200s up to 2272. Should be able to hit 2300 on late title Tuesday. That's tomorrow morning, actually. Okay, so that was the draw game, the draw. And now we're going to have a look at this game here. Now, the last 2 games I played Soeren. He forced me to win. So I'm just going to close that screen, and we're going to go in here. And here we are. This time we've got a Slav defense, right? As you can see, I won the game. He played knight f3. This is a Reti opening. I played d5. And my idea is to try to control these squares, fight for these white squares here. He played d4. So I played c6. I just want to protect this pawn. It's like a Slav system. It's a Zukertort variation in the queen's pawn opening. And he played c4. So I played knight f6 and just defended my pawn. Played e3. Here I played bishop g4. It's a bit ambitious. Like queen here. I wonder about queen there. But he played knight b5 to d2. And I thought, oh, that's a nice passive move. So I played e6. And he played bishop d3. So I thought, well, I'll play knight b5 to d7, so I've got my 2 knights developed, because I can't put my knight on c6, my queen's knight. And he played queen c2, and he's attacking nothing at the moment. Like, it's good if I castle and he wins a pawn. However, I thought bishop d6, I might get an opportunity to play e5 early. And that's because of the way notice how black's system is more fluid. It's more fluid, right? Because his bishop's blocked here, my bishop's not blocked. I've got my king and 2 castles ready to, like interchange and everything, the castle. But he's got a bit of a blockage here, so his opening system was not that great. So I thought, well, how do I take advantage of this? I castled, Played b3. So he wants to get his bishop here. And I thought to myself, I don't want him to play an ordinary move because he wants to play bishop here and get a bind on this square. So I thought, well, try to break through, Johnny. So I played e5. He played knight takes e5. I recapture with the knight. Pawn takes and bishop takes pawn. He played bishop b2 and challenged the bishop because he was a bit concerned because my two bishops are near his king. And being a 2300 player, he didn't like that. So I played bishop takes b2. So you can see the advantage that I got out of the opening. When I say advantage, it's probably equal. I probably equalised very easily. So he played bishop takes b2. Queen takes b2, but now he's no longer got the queen and the bishop on the h-pawn. That leaves my knight free to move, right? See, I played queen e7. I thought, well, I just developed my queen because I want to put my castles on the d file. He played pawn takes pawn. Here I played knight takes pawn. Notice, because he hasn't got his queen here, there's no bishop takes pawn check. So I've got the knight here. What else have I got in this position, folks? What have I got? Well, I've got personality. No, seriously. I've got three pawns over here to 2. So I've got the queen's, what's classified for endgames, as the queenside majority. However, he's got the minority attack. So it's not easy playing chess with him. He played knight c4, and in this position, I played c5. I want to restrict, I want to use my queenside pawns to have an advantage on the queen side, be able to push them if I get an opportunity. He played simply bishop e2. He wanted to exchange the bishop, have a knight's endgame. So let's see who plays better. I took the bishop, queen takes, and I thought, well, this gives me some chances. Here, in this position, I played b6. Now, you know what? I could have been a lot more proactive in that position. I could have played b5, and if he moved his knight back, I could have played knight here and just stuck a knight down his throat. But eventually I would have to push my pawn and he would get this square, and but he would never get the open file unless he changed knights, right? So it'd be a very, very difficult game for both players if I played that move, b5. But I didn't. I played b6, played rook on the a file to d1, played rook on the a file to d8. So I'm just playing the position classically, right? It's the wrong move. Knight here wins. Knight here wins. It's a knight fork. Hits his queen and his castle. So I just played too fast and didn't think that he would just give me the exchange. But he did. Anyway, so I played rook on the a file to d8. He played queen to f3. So now I've got to try to start winning all over again. So I thought, well, I'll put my knight in here and just let him worry about it, right? So just let him worry about it. He played rook takes rook. I recaptured, and he played a3. So he's just, but his pawns are a bit weak. That's what I've noticed in this position. The pawns are a little bit weak. And I played h6. The whole idea is I want an escape square so that I can be naughty. He played h3. Now, there is a danger he might be able to trap my knight, so I've got to be a bit cautious. I don't want him trapping my knight, so... what did I play here? I played queen c7. I've got knight here, and I've also got knight there, so I'm okay. I played rook c1, so I played knight to b5. And here he played a4. Okay, so he's weakened his pawns, and they could end up... I played knight to d6. Played knight to e5. Yeah, it'd be bad for him to change knights because I just have the open file and the queenside majority. Then it'd be a long, difficult game for him. I played rook e8. Now I'm off the open file. I felt this was wrong, but I did it anyway just to see where his knight goes. He went back there, so I played knight e4. And here we go again. I got my knight on a good square. He played knight to f4. A great move because he's threatening knight here now. He wants to play rook to d1 and knight here. And white would have a commanding position. So correct move for black is probably just simply knight here and the position's equal, right? Anyway, it's not what happened. I played knight f4, queen c5. I played queen e5, sorry. Played queen to e2. Played rook to d8. He gave me the open file, so I took it. I'm trying to play fast. Rook to d1. I took the rook. I thought maybe I can hustle him here. He played queen takes d1. Not easy to hustle 2,300 players, mind you, especially Soeren-Bayer from Germany. Queen to b2. Both players played very well here. I'm attacking. I calculated that after the check, he hasn't got another check, right? And at the same time, I'm threatening queen takes pawn check, right? So he played knight to d3. I played queen to d2. And the whole idea is I want to attack his pawns. Queen takes, knight takes d2. Now I'm on this pawn, see? He played knight there. That's the only move to really cause trouble. And with that, I don't think I can win. I can't win with knight takes pawn. The knight had stopped me pawns. So I thought, well, what do I do here? I've got his king cut off slightly. I probably should play a3, and more accurate move would be a3, so a6, followed by b4 and then c5, maybe. He's still going to play pawn here and king there, and he's going to get there in time. Anyway, I played c4. I thought I'll rattle him a bit. He took it. Knight takes c4. Now I'm threatening knight here, and it's winning a pawn. So he plays knight to d3, and he's holding it. So I thought, well, but notice his knight here. It's covering that square and that square. I can't get my king in through there to take this pawn off. And I can't attack the pawn with the knight. The only square I can attack it with is I've got to play knight here, and then knight here, and knight there to attack this pawn. That's probably the right way to go. Anyway, I played king f8. I thought I'll get the king over, scare him a bit. King e7, king e2. You've got to get the kings working in these endgames. I thought knight a5. I don't know what purpose that is. King to d6, king to d3, knight c6. I thought I'll change knights because I've got the outside pass pawn. And, well, he's got the outside pass pawn too. I think it should be a draw. Knight c2. I play king c5. Now I want to threaten him with a pawn because my pawns are faster. a6. Played e4. Now he's weakening his pawn structure. This is a big mistake. Remember what one of the great world champions said. He said, when you push the pawns, they can't go backwards. So when you push these pawns, they can become weaknesses. And I'm going to show you how they become weaknesses. I played b5. He took. I took. He played f3. Here I played g5. I'm trying to cause him some difficulty, right? And he played g3. So he's pushing his pawns. This is a big mistake. Right? It's a big mistake. So I played b4 check, right? And now he makes an even bigger mistake. He plays king to b3. And in this position, what move would you play? What move would you play in this position? Well, this is why we're here at Chess School. FIDE Master FM John Curtis. We're playing Soeren-Bayer from Germany. He's 2,291, and we have a winning move in the endgame. It's knight to d4 check. And this is what I planned all along. He took the knight, king takes, and now when he takes the pawn, I can penetrate his position with king e3. Now he plays f4, he's trying to get a runner. We'll just take it off. G takes f4 and king takes e4 and all his pawns are gone. And we're going to get a queen. His king's too far away, right? His king is far too far away. And even if he was to play a move like king here to get closer, we could just simply play pawn here. We don't have to take a pawn. We could keep the opposition, and if he played pawn here, so he can get his king across, well, we just play pawn here. And he can't get across. So if he goes down there, well, we just take one. We go over here, we take another one. That's dangerous. No, we don't take one. We'll play pawn check, that's right. And then we can take it. If he goes here, we can't take the pawn. We move our king forwards, and king here, and we push that pawn through. But that's just a clear win for black. Okay, I just thought I'd show you that good game because it's instructive for beginners, right? About how you can squeeze a little bit more out of a position with the queenside majority. As long as you can get mobilised very quickly, and I raced my king up very quickly to support my pawn and knight, and he raced his king up, but he allowed that terrible knight check. Okay, so now we'll just go back to the archives, and you've seen the draw, and now we're going to show you the next game. It was mikoutin, Soeren-Bayer. Yeah, so here we go. This is the game I haven't showed you. Oh no, I've showed you that one. So this is the one here. Have you seen this game? Oh, this is a good game. This is a good game, this one. You're going to like this. This is how you beat a 2300 player. You out-calculate them, right? Okay, rightio. I'm going to show you. This is the King's Indian attack, the Yugoslav variation. He played knight f3. I played d5. Played g3, is fianchettoing. I played c6. Bishop g2, h6, castles. Bishop f5. The whole idea here is I open this pawn here so I can slip the bishop back in case he wants to attack me. That's why I played h6 first. Played d3 and played e6. Played knight b5 to d2, so he wants to play pawn here. So I slow him up, play knight f6. Played b3, and this is well known, this position. It's well known that this is an advantage to white. This position's an advantage to white. Bishop b7, bishop b2, and now white's slightly better here. Castles are a lot better. I prefer the white position. And he played knight e5, and I thought, that's a bit of a funny move. He's trying to exchange pieces. So I thought, well, all right, I'll change pieces. Because if black can have an equal trade, take the tension out of the position, well, then it's easier to jockey and try to find best moves and slowly outplay your opponent. Because the tension's released. So I took back with the knight. Why did I take with the knight? Well, I'll show you my idea. He played e4. I just took it off. I thought, all right. He took back with the pawn. Now my bishop's dead, right? My bishop's dead. I've got a dead bishop. But the beautiful thing is, after bishop h7, the bishop is always going to annoy him with the idea that it's threatening that pawn if his pawn advances. So he played queen e2, and I thought, well, I'll play queen to a5. I'll just threaten bishop here, because I'm just trying to play blitz game. Now I play bishop f6. Right, firstly, we're threatening bishop here. He stops me. But I'm getting him to push his pawns. This is what it's all about. Looks like I'm playing bad moves. He's consolidating. My queen's hitting nothing and everything, but I'm getting him to push pawns, right? I'm trying to keep my pawns nice and tight and trying to get him to push pawns. So that's the logic behind it. He played knight c4, good move. Played queen c7, played e5, now he's attacking me. So I thought, well, all right, I'll play bishop e7. He can't play knight here. I'll just take it off. So he played a4. It's a good move. In some variations, bishop here could be very strong. Knight to b6 I played. I want to get rid of his knight. What I want to say, now he can play knight here. Right, so he can actually play knight there. It's very, very tricky. I could take it off, but there's this, after knight here, there's this bishop move here, attacking a queen in the castle. But I think I should be able to hold on. He played a5, I played knight takes c4, he plays queen takes c4. And now, remember I told you about trying to encourage him to push all these pawns, and for me to just keep my position tight so that I can try to probe for weaknesses, right? So I play a6. So I don't want him, whoops, I'll show you. I don't want him to play pawn here and get a lever against my pawn structure, and then my c pawn will fall. So a6 is imperative, right? Imperative. It's a forced move. Play rook on the f file to e1. But what is he doing, folks? What's he doing when he plays rook on the f file to e1? Nothing. That's what he's doing. Absolutely nothing. The bishop's already protecting that pawn. So he would have been better to grab the open file, right? So I grabbed the open file. He played bishop d4. I thought to myself, he wants to go in here, bishop to b6. So I played rook to d7. And then he plays bishop b6. He thinks he's got a trick against me, right? So I played queen to c8. There's a purpose, there's a reason for this move, right? I'm going to show you my deep thoughts, right? Even in this position, I'm thinking of a combination, and I'm hoping he won't see it. He plays rook on the a file to d1. The whole idea is he wants to control the open file, right? His plan is to control the open file, probably play bishop here, rook takes rook, and then rook to d1. He's got full control of the open file. But I play bishop to d8. Okay? And you say, well, but Johnny, he can play bishop here. He doesn't have to take the bishop, right? He can play bishop here. Well, he should take the bishop. Taking the bishop's the best move. However, he played there, and now have a look. In this position, I have a great move. Yes, he is on my castle, but have a look at this. I can take the pawn over here, and I'm on his castle. That's the trap that I set for him. Now, if he takes the rook here, I simply take back with the queen, and if he takes my castle, I take his castle. But I've got control of the open file. He plays b4, he hits my bishop, right? Okay. But in this position, I play this move. Rook takes d1. You say, oh, hold on, but now you're giving him the open file. He plays rook takes d1. Now you've got to move your bishop back, John. No, I don't. I can play rook here. He still can't take the bishop because I'll play rook takes rook check. So I've got this little Swissenzoog move. So I can still retain my black squared bishop. And I've got an extra pawn now. So he played rook e1. But how do you win from here? Well, I played bishop c7. I'm putting pressure on his pawn. Played h4. I don't know why. Probably just gained a bit of space, I think. And an escape square for his king in an endgame. I played rook to d2. Okay, threatening rook takes pawn. And also mainly threatening queen d7. I don't think I'd actually take the pawn. c3 he played. So I played queen to d7, and I'm powering up on the only open file on the board. And now he's got 1 minute 54. So I'll turn up the heat on him. He plays king h2. I played bishop to d3 and attack his queen. just to annoy him a little bit. And he played queen to g4. He wants to go back here. Bishop hits castle, and bishop takes pawn, threatening checkmate, right? So he's got a plan, but so have I. Bishop f5, I'm attacking his queen. Hasn't got time to play bishop e3. So he plays queen f4. Now I play rook to d1. I'll say, all right then, I'm happy. I'll change rooks. He plays rook to e3, and now I've got a good move here. I played f6. You see this? Because the pawn, he can't take the pawn, he'll lose his queen, right? Now he can play bishop here, which is probably the best move. But it might lose too. Anyway, I'll show you what he did. He played bishop d4, he played that move. I played g5, right? He played pawn takes pawn. Big mistake, big mistake. Why is that a mistake? Can you see why that's a mistake? Well, it's going to become clear to you about the way black has played, grabbed the open file, and now, yes, there's method in our madness. We open, yeah, because I said earlier, didn't I? You shouldn't open the pawns, you should keep them consolidated. But I had a reason for mine. Now that I've controlled the open file, I've got the d1 square, the king is on h2, I see that if I play h takes g5, h takes g5, h takes g5, and now it's in this position that he flagged. He lost on time, but he can't stop queen checks. Have a look at queen checks. Queen checks, right? So say that's his only move that he can make, right? I just got queen checks. There's nowhere for the king to go. There's only two moves he can play. Queen in here, he loses the queen with check. Or if bishop goes here, it's queen takes bishop checkmate, right? So the only moves are queen here, takes check, and then there, then checkmate there, right? So that was a good game. That's how we beat Soeren-Bayer, 2.5 to a half, and took our rating up to 2272. Okay, I hope you enjoyed those games, and I'm going to post them now on YouTube. And listen, I haven't, in the last few videos, I haven't asked people to do this. Will you please give the video that little thumbs up, tick, or whatever it is you do on YouTube? And if you want to donate to my channel to see more content, you can, in the video description is my PayPal link. So that way you can make a direct deposit so you know YouTube's not getting all the money or something like that, you know. But it would really help me. I'll tell you what it would help me do. It helped me buy my medicine for my cancer. There you go. So because I've got cancer and it's not very good. It's metastatic cancer in the bones. So it'll help me pay for this medicine that I'm getting. Okay. So, and if you got any questions about men's prostate cancer or whatever, I can't give you medical advice, but I can tell you about my journey. If you want to know, you can just drop me a message on chess.com in the messages, and I'll try to reply to you. But for men over 50, don't forget, get your PSA check for your prostate, right? Your prostate is your Mother Nature's way of, I say it's Mother Nature's way of saying, well, you're no longer producing or whatever, or you may well be producing, but Mother Nature, women have got the breast cancer and men have got the prostate cancer. So it seems a way of just reducing the population, Mother Nature's way of doing things. So if a PSA blood test is very, very important. It's a measure of your prostate and any signs of cancer that might be there, and your local doctor might be able to help you. Okay? And if you want to know about my medication or something, I'll tell you if you send me a message if you've got any problems in that arena. Okay? God bless you all. Stay in good health. And don't worry about me. I'll be I'm hopefully playing in late title Tuesday tomorrow morning. We'll see how it goes. And don't forget, I believe the daylight savings changed, so late title Tuesday will probably start an hour different, hour time difference. The clock goes back or forwards or whatever it is. But just have a look and see what's going on, okay? See you later, guys. Until my next video, it's goodbye from me. It's goodbye from Grandmaster Teddy. And don't forget, whatever you do, don't play goofy moves, right, Goofy? There we go. No goofy moves, right? I'm going to end this stream now.